The morning sun peeked through the dusty windows of the machine shop. Venkat and Cannon, always the first to arrive, were already at their stations. The air was heavy with the smell of oil and metal. A quiet hum filled the air as machines whirred to life. Venkat, a man of routine, carefully organized his tools. Wrenches gleamed, screwdrivers stood in attention. He pulled on his work gloves, a ritual he never skipped. Cannon, humming a Tamil film song, prepped his lathe. Sparks flew as he worked, illuminating his smiling face. The day promised to be like any other, or so they thought. A sharp, sudden prick jolted Venkat. He yelped, dropping his wrench with a clang, his heart hammered in his chest. "Ayo!" he cried, clutching his hand. "Something bit me, inside my glove." Cannon spun around, eyes wide with concern. "What? Where? Show me!" Venkat trembled, fear etched on his face. He gingerly peeled off the thick leather glove. His eyes darted around, searching for the culprit. "I don't see anything," Cannon said, peering at Venkat's hand. "Are you sure?" "Sure, I'm sure!" It felt like a needle. "Venom! It must be venomous," Venkat cried, pacing. His voice rose in panic. "What if it's a deadly spider or a scorpion?" Cannon, though worried, kept a cool head. "Sit down, Venkat, we need to stay calm." He rummaged through the first aid kit. Bandages, antiseptic, nothing for venomous bites. "The hospital! We need to go to the hospital!" Venkat wailed, clutching his hand dramatically. His face had turned a worrying shade of pale. Cannon helped him sit down. Okay, just breathe," Cannon said, trying to sound calm. Section 4, the unlikely culprit. "But the venom, it's spreading!" Venkat exclaimed, convinced his hand was about to swell to the size of a balloon. He peered into his glove, determined to find the source of his agony, and then he saw it. A tiny, shriveled brown thing lay nestled in the fingertip of the glove. It looked harmless, almost pitiful. Venkat gingerly picked it up with 2 fingers. "What is that?" Cannon leaned closer, squinting at the object. Venkat held it up. It was a flower, a small, dried, utterly harmless-looking flower. Silence descended upon the workshop. Venkat stared at the flower, then at his hand, then back at the flower. The absurdity of the situation slowly dawned on him. Cannon burst into laughter. He laughed until tears streamed down his face, clutching his stomach. "A flower! You were attacked by a flower!" Venkat's cheeks flushed red. Embarrassment warred with relief. He couldn't help but crack a sheepish smile. "Well," he mumbled, "it was very pointy." Cannon wiped his eyes, still chuckling. "The most dangerous creature in the machine shop, ladies and gentlemen, the venomous flower." Word of Venkat's encounter with the venomous flower spread through the workshop like wildfire. Jokes were cracked, laughter echoed. Venkat, initially mortified, eventually joined in the merriment. The little dried flower pinned to the notice board became a legend. A symbol of the day Venkat, the bravest man in the shop, faced down the deadliest foe, the flower. And from that day on, whenever Venkat reached for his gloves, Cannon would ask with a twinkle in his eye, "Careful, friend, don't let the venomous flowers get you." The memory, forever etched in the annals of the machine shop, served as a reminder. Sometimes the scariest monsters are nothing more than dried flowers, and sometimes the best antidote to fear is a good laugh.